exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. It's up to Kelvin Benjamin. This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here in the Water Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Milwaukee Brewers Legends Fantasy Draft Series here on MLB The Show 22. That is right, we continue and we start year number 2 in this episode, and we are not only starting year number 2, we are starting year number 2 out with a bang, because I've got a massive trade that we're going to pull off at the beginning of this episode, right after the intro. I hope you guys are ready. We already made a ton of moves in the offseason, but there's one more move that we got to make before we start opening day of year number 2. Let's get right into the video. Hit that like button if you're going to enjoy. Subscribe to the channel. Join the Juice Club. Let's get to it. So the trade is here. We are going to be trading Madison Bumgarner, Eric Ullman, I don't know how to pronounce your name, and Brian Garcia for Shohei Ohtani. Now, you may be saying, Juice, why are you trading Madison Bumgarner? Why are you trying to get Shohei Ohtani? And that is because Shohei Ohtani, who has already pitched on his opening day, his version of opening day, had 33 home runs last season in the save. And Madison Bumgarner, although he pitched really well, 18-6, he did not come up in the postseason, and Madison Bumgarner is known for being a postseason guy. He didn't perform in the postseason. He let me down in the biggest moments of the NLDS or the NLCS, I should say, and I do not forgive him for it. So we are going to be trading him away along with 2 extra pieces to the puzzle to get Shohei Ohtani. Yes, it's true. We got to do it. Shohei Ohtani is now a part of this rotation. Now we have the modern day Babe Ruth and the actual Babe Ruth. The modern day Babe Ruth and the actual Babe Ruth. So Shohei will go in. He will be our third pitcher. Oh, hopefully he'll be our third pitcher. Babe Ruth is going to come off as in the bullpen as a long reliever, but that's because he's actually going to be in the lineup as a DH. And we're also probably going to have Shohei in the lineup for a DH. You know what? Who hits? So Babe Ruth, his hitting stats, can I see like his, does he hit lefties better? He hits righties a little bit better. I mean, he hits everybody really good. What about Shohei? Shohei hits everybody really good. So we're going to switch it and have versus left-handed DHers, we're going to have Shohei come in. Or versus left-handed pitchers, on the DH side, we're going to have Shohei hit. And then for right-handed DHers, we're going to have Babe Ruth hit. We have the modern-day Babe Ruth and the original Babe Ruth on this same team. And then Shohei's going to be the pitcher, the third pitcher in the rotation. We are going to take on the Pittsburgh Pirates in today's episode and opening day. But let's take a look through the team. I mean, we kind of just rushed through it to get Shohei Ohtani there. But let's take a look through this team and show you guys the moves that we made. We signed Pedro Martinez in the offseason. We obviously still have Randy Johnson. Martinez is going to get the jump as the starter on opening day. Randy Johnson was the ace last season and didn't really have that great of a postseason either. So Pedro's going to get the start. We just brought in Shohei, but we had Madison Bumgarner. Dontrelle Willis is here. Jack Flaherty is still here. So the core of our pitch rotation is still here. We just added Pedro Martinez and Babe Ruth, but then now we added Shohei. In the bullpen, we brought in, did we bring in Christy Mathewson? Was he on the team before? He was a new addition. Giovanni Gallegos was here last year, and then obviously we brought in Mariano Rivera. I think Gallegos was our closer last year, and then we signed Mariano Rivera just because I like Mariano Rivera. So those are some new additions on the pitcher rotation. On the hitting side of things, we still have Ozzie Smith, we still have Jackie Robinson, still have Ken Griffey Jr., but we do bring in Babe Ruth to be the DH. We have David Ortiz still. We got Mike Smith as our new third baseman, which is going to hopefully improve our hitting in the lower end of the lineup. Mike Trout is still here. Joe Mauer is still here. And we bring in Eric Davis to be our left fielder, which is actually super cool. I'm super excited to bring in Eric Davis because I love Eric Davis as a former Cincinnati Red player. Love me some Eric Davis. And then we go to the bench. We still got Miguel Cabrera. We still have Giancarlo Stanton. We have Albert Pujols still. But we signed Jim Edmonds and we signed Bryce Harper in the offseason. Well, we spent a ton of money to improve this team and hopefully not have the same thing happen to us like it did last episode or last season when we got to the NLCS and lost. We won 100 games, got to the NLCS, and lost to the Braves, I'm pretty sure. But that's hopefully not going to happen this season. I'm really hoping it doesn't happen this year or any other year. I hope we go to the World Series and we win the World Series every single year. So with all that being said, it is time for opening day. Brewers, Pirates. You know what? I might change the Pirate jerseys. I do kind of like the old school 66 Pirate jerseys. But you know what? Let's go with the 94 roads. Let's go with the 94 roads. We'll go with our classic homes, or our homes for right now. Luckily, Shohei's got a couple of days to rest before he pitches again, but we're going to go with Pedro. He's going to get the bump on opening day. And you know how this series works. We do the first 3 innings so that you guys can see the 9 every hitter, all 9 hitters for the opposing team. Then then I skip to when something good happens, like we score a run or they score a run, something crazy happens, and then we play the bottom of the 9th inning or the top of the 9th inning, whatever the last inning is. And that's how this series works in terms of showing gameplay. So this is what the lineup's going to look like. We got Ozzie Smith, and then we got Eric Davis to bookend it. I think that's a very good lineup. This is a very powerful lineup. A lot of home run hitters, a lot of powerful guys. Let's see if we can score some runs on opening day.
Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. Here in Milwaukee, opening day baseball on the show. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Milwaukee Brewers. John Shambi and Chris Singleton with you. Our partner ready to go. Always a pleasure to get things started with you on opening day.
Well, Happy New Year, buddy. And anyone that's involved in baseball, even though it's not January 1st, this is the start of a new year. Every team has playoff hopes. I love this time of the year. I'm excited to get things going.
So, almost ready to get underway. And our starting pitcher here today, Pedro Martinez. Chris, he is a fun one to watch do his thing out there.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Pedro Martinez's first pitch as a Milwaukee Brewer on opening day, year number 2, is a strike. Strike to Carl Crawford, excuse me. Cough just kind of came out of there. All right, 0-1 count to Crawford. Crawford's a speedy guy. We can't let him get on base, but he's also got some power. We can't forget the power that Carl Crawford possesses. He can hit a couple home runs in a season. And that is going to be a ball. Trying to get Carl Crawford to chase outside. That's going to be a slider up in the zone that he will foul away. All right, all right. We'll see what we can do here. Circle change up in the zone. He fouls away as well. This is not a good first at bat. I mean, it's a good one for Crawford, but for Pedro, you don't want to have to go deep into your arsenal on the first hitter of the inning or the first hitter of the game. And he's going to battle through for a hit. Carl Crawford gets a leadoff hit in the first inning of the game. He battled through hard. There's Brian Roberts at the plate. He will look at a strike to go down 0-1. There's the sinker. 1-1 count to him. We'll go slider. Crawford's going to steal, but Joe Mauer's got some arm on him. The pitch was not where it, or the throw was not where it needed to be. But that's what happens when you got 99 speed, 99 steal with Carl Crawford. We do get a nice strike to Brian Roberts here. Let's see if we can strike him out. And he's going to hit that curveball up, and it's going to go to Joe Mauer. So that's the first out of the season. But we do have Carl Crawford on second base that we have to worry about here. Ah, great. Lou Gehrig. I hate pitching against Lou Gehrig. This is not going to be good. But Pedro Martinez is a gamer. Hopefully he can get this job done. We're going to go with a circle change. 0-2 count to Gehrig. And he's going to send that to Griffey in right field. Griffey's going to be underneath it. They're not going to send Crawford. I guess they feel like it wasn't far enough. Or they don't want to test the arm of Ken Griffey Jr. Vlad Guerrero Sr., not Jr., Vlad Guerrero Sr. steps up to the plate. He's hitting fourth in the lineup. And that is a nice sinker right by him. Let's see if we can strike him out. No, we cannot. Not a strikeout on that pitch. We'll go circle change here. 1-2 count to Guerrero. He doesn't change that. Good discipline for Vlad Guerrero Jr. or Sr. But we do get him on the next pitch with the slider. That is the end of the inning. We hold Crawford to second base. And now we have to go up against Tom Seaver. One of the best pitchers of all time, Tom Seaver. And we'll see how we can handle him. Ozzie Smith to lead off the season for the Milwaukee Brewers, just like he did last year. Oh, he's going to get a favorable pitch here. Full second pitch swinging for Ozzie Smith. He's going to bloop that into left center, and he's going to get on just like Carl Crawford. And maybe we steal with Ozzie Smith like they did with Crawford as well. I'm going to send him. We'll see what happens here. Jackie Robinson to the plate. Ooh, okay. Okay. They're gonna watch him. I'm gonna do it again one more time. If they throw back again, then I won't steal. At least for not a, I'll give them a pitch or two. If they throw back here, nope, they're not gonna throw back. I'm gonna let Ozzie take it, and we steal. JT Realmuto had no chance. It was a good pitch for Jackie to hit, but I didn't want to ruin the stolen base for Ozzie Smith. So we could have done a hit and run, but not gonna do that there. Jackie, I had a big time hit. If I would have had better timing, that could have been a home run. We've already got a big time advantage. Nope, not swinging at that. Come on, Tom, give me something better. Give me something better than that, Tommy boy. That'll work. That'll work. I'm not going to send him home. I don't trust the speed. Obviously, because it wasn't deep enough. But now the kid comes to the plate. Ken Griffey Jr. didn't have his greatest season last year. Hopefully, we'll turn it around in this year. That's what the goal is, to have him have a better season. He didn't have a horrible year, but it could have been better knowing what Ken Griffey Jr. can do. And he's got two guys on base, first and third, who have a ton of speed. So anything in the gap is dangerous. And Griffey's no slouch himself. He's probably got like 70-something speed, maybe in the mid-70s, low 80s for speed. He's not a slouch. That's going to be in the gap. It will not be. Carlos Correa will get that one. I thought it might have gotten up the ladder a little bit higher, but it did not. And now the Babe steps up to the plate. For the first time as a Milwaukee Brewer, the Babe is at the plate. And he will send that one to right field. Is Vladdy going to test it? I'm going to send my man home. They're probably going to throw it to second base and get the double play, yeah. I didn't send Jackie Robinson. I don't know why he went. I did the left analog stick to pick the guy that I wanted. I guess it didn't work. Jesse Winker, is he playing left field or is he the DH man? I don't even know. He's playing left field, it looks like. Jesse Winker down 0-2 to start this at bat. Ooh, the circle change doesn't get him. He fouls it off. We'll see if the slider can get him. And he fouls that off as well. Winker is battling. A lot of these guys are battling against Pedro in this first couple innings. I don't like that. There's the strikeout that we were looking for. I think that's number 2 for him. It is. And now he's got Carlos Correa to go up against, the shortstop who made the great play against Griffey in the previous half inning. We'll go circle change here. See if we can get something going. He's going to fly that to right field, and now Griffey will repay the favor. Correa makes an out on him, and now Griffey does the same. 2 down in the top of the second. And it is Alex Bregman. So they drafted 2 Astros players, Correa and Bregman, although Correa's on the Twins now in real life. Let's see if we can strike out Bregman. Nope, he's going to send that to center field. Trout will be underneath it, and we'll get a 1-2-3 inning. A lot quicker than the first inning because Collar Crawford just kept chipping away. And now it's the Poppy. Big Poppy David Ortiz to lead off this inning in the 5-hole. That fastball was literally right down the middle, and I missed it. I pulled the PCI way too low. If I would have just let it go, I might have had a home run or some sort of big hit. Mike Schmidt, this is the first time I've actually ever swung a bat with Mike Schmidt. I never got Mike Schmidt in the Yankee series or anything like that last year, so this is the first time I've ever used Mike Schmidt. We're gonna see what he can do. Nope. I thought that might have been able to go somewhere. It won't. So Schmidt will fly out to left field. Jesse Winker underneath that one. And there's 2 outs for Michael Trout. Let's see what he can do. Wait, how do we have a 1-run lead? Who scored a run? Did they count the run on the double play? Did he get past the plate before the out came? He must have, because that's the only way we would have scored. That's so wild. I didn't even think we scored a run there. I just noticed that now that we had a 1-run lead. I didn't even put that together. That's crazy. Okay, I'll take that. I didn't realize it, but whatever. You got to get those circle changes under control there, Pedro, if you want to strike people out. We are in the top of the 3rd, which means this is most likely, well, we'll get to the 4th inning. We'll finish up the entire 3rd inning. But we're getting close to the end of actual gameplay for right now. Schmidt's underneath it in the infield, and that's a can of corn. Good job, Mikey Schmidt. And now we've got Dylan Carlson to the plate, the DH man hitting 9th in the lineup for the Pirates. This Pirates team's got a good team. They got a good lineup. I don't know what their pitching rotation looks like, but I would assume it's pretty decent. It probably can't be too bad. But it is a division foe, so we're going to see these guys a lot. And Dylan Carlson got underneath that a lot. That could have been very dangerous if put in a little bit worse spot. There's the sinker, and we get him. That's 2 down. Good job, Pedro. And now we get Crawford back up, who had a long at-bat and got a hit off of it. We'll see if we can shorten that at-bat up a little bit more and strike him out maybe, or just get a ground out or a fly out, some sort of out instead of him getting on base. I would prefer that. We'll see what happens here. Here's the curveball, and he grounds that to Schmidt. He fields it, and that's an out. So that's a quick 3rd out. And we go to the bottom 3. We get Joe Mauer, we get Eric Davis, and we get Ozzie Smith in this inning. I'm swinging at that. I probably shouldn't have been, because I was very late. But that was too enticing not to swing at. Too enticing not to swing at. Can we figure out Tom Seaver? Ooh, the 12.6 was so slow. 77 miles an hour is so slow in the major leagues. Nope, not swinging at that. That's 76 miles an hour. Come on, you know you want to give me something good. No, he's still not giving me anything good. Come on, Tommy boy. You know you want to throw me something right down the middle that I can swing at like that. What a play at third base by Alex Bregman. What a crazy play. Eric Davis to the plate for the first time as a Milwaukee Brewer. He's got power, he's got speed. He's a great hitter. Great hitter to have in the 9-hole. It's a luxury to have a guy like this as the 9-hitter. And he's going to send that to left field. He's going Oppo Taco. It'll get down. Go, go, go. That's a triple at least. Maybe even an inside the Parker. I'm going for the inside the Parker. Safe. Ah! I had the inside the park home run in my grasp. Just barely got me. If he had 96 speed, 97 speed, he might have got it, but it was just a second late. So close to getting a inside the park home run. I haven't got an inside the park home run in forever. And Ozzy will send that to right field. This time, Vlad Guerrero Jr. will be underneath it. And that's going to be the end of actual gameplay. I'll see you when something good happens.
That one hammered center field. Back there. And
Oh!
is gonna go.
Mike Trout with the home run. I didn't think that was going to even go. I thought that Carl Crawford was going to get it at the wall. So I sent everybody back. Mike Trout with a 3-run home run to give us a 4-run lead. I didn't think that had the power. I thought it was going to just go right to the wall and not do anything, but okay. Thank you, Mike Trout, for giving us a 4-run lead to dead center. Well, not dead center, but to deep center. 406 is the distance. I thought Crawford was going to bring it in, but it got over the wall. Griffey's going to send that one to right field. That's going to be an RBI. Jackie Robinson will come around, and that's going to be a 5-0 game for the Milwaukee Brewers with no outs. Ken Griffey Jr. gets an RBI. That should be deep enough to score Griffey Jr. I'm going to send him. Babe Ruth pushed Griffey from second to third, and now Griffey scores thanks to the David Ortiz sacrifice fly, and we got a 6-run lead. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is the top of the 9th inning. 3 more outs, and we get a win on opening day. I'm going to let Pedro go the distance. I'm going to give him the opportunity to get a complete game shutout on opening day to prove that he is the ace of the Milwaukee Brewers. I know he's tired. I've got Brian Wilson warmed up in the bullpen if we need him. But I hope we don't. I hope that Pedro can get these 3 outs and we can get out of here with a complete game shutout on opening day. That would be the best thing possible. It shouldn't be too hard, although we're going up against some really good competition here with Brian Roberts and Lou Gehrig left in the game. We'll see what can happen here. If he's still got his control, he's only just broken 100 pitches. So he's pitched very efficiently in this game ever since that first couple innings. But now, of course, I say that, and now he's starting to lose his control and throw some balls. Come on, Pedro. There we go. That's a nice grounder to second base. Jackie will field it, get it to Big Papi, and that's 2 down. We got Lou Gehrig, and we are 1 out away from a complete game shutout for Pedro Martinez. Fouls that away. It's 0-1. Come on, Pedro. You got this. Good call. Thank you. 0-2 to one of the best players of all time, Pedro. He fouls the circle change away. We will go once again. Here's the 0-2. It's a curveball, and it's to David Ortiz, and it's a complete game shutout. That's how you do it, boys. 6-0 W against the Pirates, who MLB The Show says is going to be a playoff team. They predict them to have 91 wins and make the wild card. So they predict us to have 96 wins. But a big-time complete game shutout for Pedro Martinez. That's a big W. You love to see that. You absolutely love to see it. He went 9 innings, 3 hits, 11 strikeouts, no walks, no earned runs. Amazing performance from him. He gets both the win and the player of the game. Trout was the only dude to hit a home run, but it could have been 2 if Eric Davis would have just gotten a little bit quicker to home plate and got the inside the park. That would have been amazing. But we get the big-time win, and we start the season 1-0. All right, we are going to advance to probably the month of April. We're probably not going to play anything in the month of April, so we can get to the month of May, I would guess. Since this technically counts as the month, I guess not really, doesn't count till the month of April because it's technically March 30th is when we played. But opening day, we're not going to play any games in April. So we will simulate and see how we can do. They cleared all the waivers. That's good. All those guys cleared waivers. Awesome. But now we have 33 guys on the active roster, so that's not good. We have 33 guys on the AAA roster. Okay, we'll figure this out. Let's see. Who needs to go down to AA? You can go down to AA. You can go down to AA. You can go down. And who else can go down? You can go down to AA. 3 more guys need to go down to AA. That is not good. You can go down. We'll move some of the AA guys down to Class A. 1 more guy goes down to AA. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be Sam Haggerty. And then we'll move some of these guys. Timmy Yamamoto, he will go down to Class A. You'll go down to, not AAA, you'll go down to Class A. You'll go down to Class A. Sam Weatherly will go down to Class A. We'll put, let's see, we'll put you down in Class A. And that's it. There we go. We got all our guys where we need them to be. Let's simulate the rest of this month and see what happens here. We'll auto that. Let's get some big time wins here, guys. Let's get some wins racking up. There we go. There's the wins. That's what I wanted to see. Pedro Martinez has some tightness. That's not good. There's the wins. That we got a nice win streak there. Towards the end of the month, we beat the Phillies. We swept the Reds. We almost swept the Cardinals. That's exactly what you want to see. I'll just get rid of all these notes because we don't really care about this stuff. All right. So we're 19-9, 2.5 games above the Cardinals. Let's say, who should we go and play? Should we go on the road and play the Rockies? I kind of want to go play the Rockies in Colorado. Or maybe we play the Cardinals. That could be pretty fun because the Cardinals are pretty close to us in the division. Yeah, the Cardinals are pretty close to us. So maybe we go to Busch Stadium. Let's go to Busch Stadium and play the Cardinals. Dansby Swanson tore his ACL. That's not good. That is really not good. Dansby Swanson's done. Oh, there's some big time W's. All right, we got Randy Johnson, Shohei, and Pedro Martinez, who was 6-0, by the way. We're going to simulate this game against the Cardinals. Mike Trout sustained a contusion. We'll keep him active. We're going to play Shohei Ohtani's game in the next episode. Let's take a quick look at how everybody's been doing for the first month and a half of the season. So we'll go to the pitching rotation first. Babe Ruth, they have him in the starting lineup, and he's 3-0 as the ace. I don't know if I liked that or not. I mean, Pedro Martinez is 6-0 with a 1.53 ERA. He's got to be Cy Young competition right now. Shohei's 4-1. Randy Johnson 6-3. Flaherty's 6-1. Babe Ruth is 3-0. Dontrelle Willis is unfortunately 2-4. Everybody's ERA is really, really low. I like that. And then we go to the lineup. We've got Ozzie Smith, who's hitting pretty well. Jackie Robinson also doing good. Griffey through the first month and a half has got 14 home runs, 42 RBIs. Bryce Harper at DH, which is not what I want. I wanted Babe Ruth and Shohei to be the DHs. Big Poppy's got 12. Schmidt's doing okay. Jim Edmonds is playing because of Trout being injured. And then you got Mauer and you got Eric Davis so far. And then off the bench, Mike Trout's got 6 home runs. What does Shohei have? Shohei's not even on here. How do I find... There he is. How do I find Shohei? What's he doing? He's got 1 home run, 2 RBIs, and 240 average in his first month and a half of the season. All right, so we're getting there. We're getting there. We got our wins. It's really the pitching has been doing us great right now. We've got David Ortiz currently leading the most valuable player again. He won it last year. Cy Young is Pedro Martinez, but Mark Pryor is also 6-1, and Cliff Lee is 7-1. So that's some pretty good competition here. The batting title could go to David Ortiz, but it's still very early in the season, so we got to figure out what's going to happen there. But we are going to take on the Cardinals, who are 7 games back of us, but we get to see Shohei Ohtani. So that's going to be the next episode. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.